Are we live yet? Are we live? Is this thing on? Um, Once again, back with another episode, Convo Unedited. 2020, it's August 24th, 2020. Uh, what a motherfucking year it's been. Um, we're here. I have a great guest on. He's a friend to me, a friend to many of y'all as well. Brother to me. I'm gonna say brother to me. We've been through some things. We did a lot together. Made a lot of music together. Got through a lot of tough times together. It's my brother. He is an award-winning songwriter. He is a genius of a producer. He has worked with many different artists, many different labels. But I always felt like his true roots were as an MC. And he is joining us today so we can talk about his latest album, Johnny Smoke. None other than my homeboy, my brother, GAGE. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
What's good, bro?
What's up? I'm quarantining.
Johnny Smoke in the building. What's happening, bro?
I got to get a drink, actually. I should have got a drink.
Yeah, you should have. I actually, for the record,
I need a quarantini.
For the record, I got some of this Cabo, what is this, Cabo Wabo? Tequila Reposado. It's delicious.
It's just a
And I felt like it was appropriate because we're celebrating, you know.
We are. Okay.
We're celebrating, right? My man you got your debut solo joint coming out on the 28th?
Yeah, this Friday.
This Friday, man. So it's a celebration, bro. Cabo Wabo, man.
Cabo Wabo moment. I need, like I said, I need a quarantini or something.
Go do what you need to do, bro.
I'll get it.
I'll entertain the folks.
No, it's all good.
So what's happening, man? You're in LA.
I am.
How's things in LA right now? What's the climate looking like?
Hot as shit, man. Everything's on fire. I feel like Dante's Inferno.
Holy shit.
It's 100 and something degrees out and everything's burning. I don't know.
Yeah. What's up with the protests? They still protesting pretty heavy down there?
Yeah. I had to I was in it pretty heavy myself for a while, and I had to take a little step back to start a business because music industry is doing kind of rough, and gotta feed the family and do something. So kind of took a step back just so I can kind of get my personal life straightened out. So and then apparently I made a music project. So
yeah, leave it to you to come up with a new album in the middle of a pandemic, in the middle of a fucking Armageddon and shit. Leave it to you to come up with a fucking album, man. Congratulations. You fucking did it. You fucking did it, bro. I don't know how the fuck you did it, but you fucking did it, bro. I got a chance to listen to it. Yeah, I got a chance to sneak peek it. I don't want to ruin it though. I want people to well, before we start talking about it, right? Let's not talk about it, right? Let's kind of go back. Just take it back. You're in LA. You're producing full time. Okay. At some point or another, you say, you know what? Let me make a project of my own. So I just want to go back to that point where you're in LA. You're producing full time. What is that like? And then at what point do you say I want to start doing my own shit?
I feel like I need to get closer in the camera because you're really close, and I feel like if I step back too far, I kind of like this tiny little mouse. Anyway, it's this constant competition we have. If you're close to the camera, I got to be close to the camera. I can't be.
Yeah, I don't know what competition you're talking about, Doc, but continue. What were you saying?
It's the MC. It's the MC in me. I got to be competitive at all times. Bro, I don't know what to tell you. I guess I could just say that I've been out here for 7 years in December. So over the course of that time working in this industry, I found some things about it that I love, and I found some things about it that I really don't dig, to put it nicely. And I think there's a lot of art. I think it's funny because I remember, being a fan of like the Fugees. And I remember Lauryn Hill saying like, man, this music industry, I love it to death, but there's some parts of it, man, I just like, I could live without.
Right.
And I didn't really, I wasn't that deep in it at the time and all that stuff. And, aspiring artist mentality. And, you just assume that once you make it or whatever that is, that everything's just going to be fucking smooth as shit. It's going to be great. And then your dream becomes your job, and things shift and things change. And you start to realize, I think for me, it was trying to make music for other people, which I don't mind doing. I enjoy doing that at times. Like I've done some stuff for Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon and, well outside of my comfort zone, doing like orchestral compositions and things for cartoons, So I enjoy stretching myself and pushing myself to expand. But after so many years of creating for other people, I had forgotten what it was like to create for myself.
Yeah,
I had forgotten. Like I just completely disconnected from a whole chunk of myself. Like I stopped rapping for 6 years, 5-6 years, like just done. I'm not gonna rap anymore and I made up all these reasons why I was gonna stop. Oh, I'm too old, or focus on one thing and get good at that one thing and don't focus on anything else. Just single-minded focus on being excellent in one place. Right. There are all these stupid fucking things that I wrap my mind around that I had heard from other people who had success in this industry. What I didn't realize was that by stopping rapping, I was cutting off a creative part of myself and kind of like working with one arm tied behind my back. So the second I started going like, okay, let me put this beat on and just vibe to it, I was like, okay, that's a groove, man. And I really feel like you would know this because like nobody does you better than you. So if I sit down to make a beat, there's a handful of people that I would put on a track because in my vision of what I want it to be, I'm making it what I want it to be. And I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. I'm on edibles right now. I'm on edibles, bro. I'm on weed. I just got
everybody's on edibles, bro. Everybody's on edibles. I just assume everybody's on drugs all the time, bro. That's how I fucking like I get through shit. No, but it's interesting, bro, because you produce for other people for so long. You're only using that side of your brain, really. And then the fucked up thing is when you're working with an artist and you know that you can out-rap them motherfuckers, like how does that shit? I mean, like you got to know at that point, it's like, yo, I'm working with you, but you can't fuck this guy. You can't write a song. They can't rap. They can't sing. So knowing that in the back of your head, like, yo, I'm probably more talented than the person that I'm producing this dope ass track for. Why don't I produce dope ass shit for myself and put it out? Is that? It sounds like essentially that's kind of the approach you took with this shit, right?
I wouldn't put it in those words. I feel like
I'm being mean. I'm being mean about it.
You're being a straight up asshole, and and I love that. I wish I could be that much of a dick. No, but really, bro, it was just like I guess for me, when I sit down to write a song, it's coming from a real pure place. It's coming from a place, not just a pure place emotionally, but it's also coming from like 40 something years on this planet. There's a lot of heartache and heart and life and moments lived, in between me stepping foot on this planet and now me being in the studio with you, the artist who's 22 years old. So not to say that there aren't younger artists who are amazing writers, but I think, there's a depth and breadth to having lived and having experienced some things that some people can't even fucking relate to,
Yeah, I agree with that.
So for me, I kind of got to a point where I was like, okay, look, this music thing for me is therapy. It always has been. And I think that's something that you and I have in common. I'm not always great at expressing myself. I'm expressing my emotions or even fucking speaking right. But I know that I can, when I write it down, I can convey it in a poetic way, just like you paint a picture and, it's the same thing. So I paint with words, and I realize, like, if you aren't coming into the studio with me with the intent that you and I may not live much longer on this earth, that this recording is something that people are going to remember you by. You're not bringing that level of depth to your work or seriousness to your work, then I don't really fuck with it. Like if I'm working on some shit and I don't screw my face up, why do it?
Yeah. No, that place that you're talking about, that place where you're at death's doorstep, so to speak, where it's like, okay, this is what it really is. That's a place a lot of cats don't want to go. Musically, they don't want to put themselves there, because to go there, you're leaving yourself vulnerable, quite frankly.
Yeah.
So a lot of cats, they like to do the surface level type shit, and I think on our first album that we worked on together, which is available everywhere. No, but it's available everywhere. Still got a box in my garage. Now, but the first shit we worked on, bro, we did that. I think we were there in that place as much as you could be at that time. And as a result, I feel like the music was great. A lot of people felt like the music was great, and I was proud of it because we got to get some shit off our chest. And when I listen to Johnny Smoke, I'm taken back. I'm reminded of that place. You know what I'm saying? I'm reminded of those. I know those dark shadows. You know what I'm saying? I've been on this street before. I've been in this alley before. When I'm listening to tracks and going from one to the, I've been in some of these places where the street lights flickering. And all that shit, bro. I felt that. You took me there. And I can only imagine what it took for you to go there, right? I can only imagine what it took for you to go there because, as I said before, when you go to that place, you leave a little bit of yourself in that place. Would you say that's correct?
Yeah.
You have to say that's correct because I just went on, and you have to. You actually have to.
It's absolutely correct. In fact, I couldn't even put it better. So.
No, but seriously though, would you say that would be?
No, this was the discovery because this was my first time doing something like 100%. And I engineered my own sessions, produced my own music, wrote all my stuff, sang for the first fucking time, doing all these things. And what I realized in that process is that space that you're talking about in me is deep as fuck. Like I must be one of the most depressed people on the planet because I could just write sad fucking music all day long. But I'm not, I'm not a sad fucking moody person. But I feel it, like I have it's something that there's just a depth of that grimy fucking, I don't give a fuck, this is what it is, from there to being real raw about it. And here's the thing, man, like I just want to be clear on two things in relation to Johnny Smoke. One is that it's not an album. So if you come into it with expecting an album, like a traditional top 40 album, like I just got Young Thug's album or whoever, you're gonna be disappointed in the length of the project.
For the average listener, it's an album. Just so you know. For the average person out there, album.
Yeah. Technically, yeah, industry standard, can't call it an album. So it's not an album, it's a music project. And what I guess the best way I've been describing it is it's like an 8-panel painting. You know, that's the way I see it. It's an 8-panel painting. It's not like 8 songs or 8 tracks. So it may in your track list look like 8 tracks. It's one whole piece and it's 8 panels.
That's the artist talking. That's the artist. That's the artist. That's artist talk. And I get it. I get it. And I would agree. Having heard it, I would say that it's
a ride.
It's like a mini movie. It's a mini movie.
Yeah.
Or an 8-panel painting.
Or an 8-panel piece from a movie. Or a movie. Or short.
I mean, so you go to that place, you're getting this shit off your chest. You know, I have seen, you know, all the images and shit that you've been putting out, all the promo material, the vintage.
Yeah.
That look. Did that come first, or did the music come first, and then from there you was like, you know, this would go good with the music, the imagery?
The imagery, it all kind of came together at the same time. Like Johnny Smoke is, can I just go backwards and talk about what the fuck Johnny Smoke is? Why?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so me and so the idea behind the imagery was basically inspired by one of my little secrets is I like to watch anti-drug PSAs.
Oh, that's funny. That's ironic. Go ahead though.
So about 6 years ago when I got out here, you know, cannabis was everywhere, and I was just like, I smoked obviously before my life, but it's a whole thing. It's a culture. So I was like, okay, let me just see what this culture is about. And so I started getting into like these anti-drug PSAs. And I looked at, I think the first one was like a weed one, marijuana one. And I started watching a few. And so I've been watching them for years. I just think they're the best. So in the project itself, you'll hear snippets of anti-drug PSAs mixed into the songs.
I was wondering what that was, bro.
Yeah. And okay. Johnny Smoke comes from, there was an ad, I think it was like the 50s, 1950s, maybe 60s or early 60s. Johnny Smoke, that's the anti-cigarette campaign. Yeah. And so my lady's always saying, smoke up, Johnny. Like every time she encourages me to smoke because she knows how I am when I don't smoke.
Right.
So it's like, you know, smoke up, Johnny, smoke up, Johnny. And so I was working on the album and she was smoke up, Johnny in my ear. And then I saw that Johnny Smoke ad and I was like, ding, 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 ding. Yeah. It was kind of a no-brainer. And I was like, okay. And so, yeah. And so, that's where, and the Johnny Smoke name came from that. And her saying smoke up, Johnny. And I also realized like it's the first name I've ever given myself. My whole life, it's, you know, names have been chosen for me, including Gage, which isn't actually my name either. And so this was, you know, some people think I chose Gage. Gage was chosen between me and Warner Brothers back when I was 19 because I didn't have a rap name. So I didn't really choose that name. It was just kind of picked out. Coincidence of like how my name was misspelled in college. And so they were like, yeah, that's a cool name. You're Gage. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm Gage. You know, 19-year-old, I didn't fucking know.
I think if I remember, you said it was out of Gage and 3 Pac. Is that what you said?
It was. Yeah. And Big Daddy Dong.
Big Daddy. Wow. Okay. That's interesting. Yeah. Obviously, you go back, man. I mean, you had a deal early on, and now here you are, like you said, a full-grown man about to pass out over there. A full-grown man making his solo debut. And the music, obviously, the times have changed, the music has changed. Johnny Choke,
I was just thinking, like, what if I just fucking fell out of the chair and I'm just like gone?
This is the first and last interview with Johnny Smoke.
Exactly.
Nah, man. The funny thing is, you never used to smoke when we were making music, and I always think like, yo, if this motherfucker would have been smoking like this when we were making music, we'd be fucking 8-time Grammy winners, man. We'd been on a whole nother level, bro. Fucker. But Johnny Smoke project out Friday. It's dope. Yeah. 8 tracks.
Yeah, and not to cut you off, but I'm gonna cut you off. And 100% of the proceeds from the sales of the record go to the ACLU.
Right. That's dope. For the people that don't know what ACLU is, please remind them.
The ACLU is one of the top organization along with NAACP that fights for equality, homes for the homeless, all the good shit. You know, like when you watch the news and you're like, why would someone do such a bad thing as take like national preserve land and drill for oil there? That's horrible. You know, this is one of the organizations that goes in and says, yeah, we think that's fucking horrible and fixes it. Not that specific issue, but you know, shit like that, bro. What do I look like?
Let me ask you this, bro. Let me ask you this question, right? When you're making this fucking music and you're realizing that you have a project on your hands, this is going to be a project. You make the decision in your mind that this is going to be a project of some sort.
It didn't start that way,
right? But you come to a point where you realize it's going to be a project that I'm going to release to the public. Was there ever a point where you're like, with all this shit that's going on, is this the time for a project? That's it. That's the question. With all the shit that's going on, is this the time to put a project out?
Yes.
Is this the right project? Am I putting out something that's going to either be for the cause or a distraction? Or will people even pay attention with all the other shit that's going on? These are things as an artist that I think about, right? And I just want to, is this something that as you're making this shit and you say, you know what, we put this out, do you think, is this the right time? No, yes.
Nah, bro. I mean, that's like, I think even the context of that question assumes that I have a motive for doing what I'm doing. So to be clear, I make music because if I don't, I go crazy. So right. To say, is this the right time to do a project? I think at a point where I'm the most stressed out, at a point where, you know, you're unemployed, at a point where your government is failing you, where you're just trying to, you know,
cope
on and cope. Why basically you're asking me like, why would you think this is a good time to have therapy?
Well,
and that's really what this is. But that's what this is. This is a therapy. This is something that I do for myself, and I put it out there for people to listen to it. And if you connect with it, I always say, like, you know, if it's not for you, then it's not for you.
Yeah, my question was more, did it cross your mind? Not you know, I expect you to make art.
Yeah. It definitely impacted the work itself. You know, there's a song called Fade to Black that I originally started writing, and then after being out in the streets and experiencing, you know, all the chaos and everything that was going on, the song, you know, life took hold and changed the song, you know, and turned it into something else. And I made a video for it that, you know, speaks to the movement very strongly. But there's other things, you know, just because there's, just because Rome is burning, that doesn't mean that you also don't have other things going on personally that you need to express or that you're feeling and stuff like that. So I think this project encompasses all of that. And then hopefully if somebody hears it and they're feeling similarly in different ways, you know, it resonates with them. And you have that moment where you're like, yeah, it feels good to not be alone. You know, it feels good to say fuck it. It feels good to say I don't give a shit what the fuck you think about me. Like I don't care. You say, oh, he's fucking 46-year-old rapper. Well, you know what? Eat a dick. I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing it for me, right? So
Right.
I mean, that's where it comes down to. I'm not doing this for like attention, or I hate this kind of thing and cameras and stuff. So for me, it's all about what's in here and hopefully touching other people in the same space. When I think we, at a time, if it is fitting it at all, in a time where I think it's where we're all isolated, and it's nice to know that you're not alone.
No, you got a good point. And the fact of the matter is, honestly, there's people that feel the same way. There's people that feel exactly the way that you felt when you made that stuff, man. So you're connecting with those people. We have a song on there, which I like a lot, but it's not my favorite song. My favorite song is actually the one you mentioned, which is "Fade to Black." Um,
Why is that a favorite?
it's just everything about it, man. It's the feel. I'm big on the feel. I'm not a structure guy, and I'm not very technical. If it feels a certain way, then I connect with it. You're singing on that one.
I would not call it singing.
Singing on that one, bro. Fuck that. Fuck that shit. Nigga, you singing.
Yeah.
You're doing what you do, and
Yeah.
it's dope. You have the distorted guitar. I'm not gonna give too much away. I want people to have their moment with it, but and then you put a visual out. Put a visual out for it, which I thought connected really well to the song. And
That was so hard to do, by the way.
Tell me about the process.
That video?
Yeah.
That video was hours of it's so hard to when you see the video, you'll feel the impact of the video, right? But what you don't see is the 5 hours I spent watching police brutality videos and all the violence and all the footage I had to sit through just to cut together 2 minutes of footage for you guys to feel something. And at the end of that time, watching all that footage and going through all that stuff and going down all these rabbit holes, I stepped out of the studio, I walked outside, and I just fucking tears going down my face. It was the ultimate heartbreak, experience just making that video. It really, for me, cemented why I was out there protesting as well, and the importance and significance of doing, even if, only some people see this video or hear this song, the importance of putting that out there for somebody to feel it, feel the emotion of that moment.
Yeah.
I always feel like I can tell you shit. I can be like, yo, systemic racism fucking blows. Don't be an idiot. Don't be a Neanderthal. This is fucking ridiculous. You guys are insane. But if I make you feel fucking something in your heart, if I play a song and with a video and it rips you open and you cry, then I'm reaching you where my words could just bounce off because you have a different opinion.
It's power of music, power of art.
Power of love.
Seriously though, with all that shit going on, man, you've been pretty outspoken, right? If I look on my timeline, I would say you're probably one of the more outspoken on my timeline.
Sorry.
No, it's a good thing, bro. It's a good thing. I know that comes from your history, right? As a kid and having some diversity in your household and stuff like that. Talk about that, bro. Talk about why this connects with you so much.
Which specifically?
Everything that's happening, the brutality.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah, it connects in a lot of ways.
Aside from being a person, right? Obviously, you're a person and you have empathy.
I kind of feel like, man, if you're not feeling something or feeling some kind of way about this right now, I just don't know if you're even human, I mean, not to be a dick, but shit, man, it's heavy times, and if you're not feeling something, I want what you're having, because Jesus Christ. But yeah, my parents were activists during the civil rights movement. They moved down south from New York to work as teachers during the desegregation of schools. And they had experiences there, crosses being burned and drive-by shootings and things like that, just because they believed that Black people should have the same rights as any other human in America. So that was the household that I grew up in. So obviously there is some influence there. I have an adopted brother, Michael. What's that?
Where was this at?
In South Carolina.
Okay. I didn't even know you lived in South Carolina, bro.
I didn't. I wasn't born yet.
Okay.
I wasn't born yet. No, my brother. They actually were. My mother was pregnant and gave birth to my brother in South Carolina. So my brother's born in South Carolina, and I'm born in New York. So,
shout out to Eric, man. What's up, Eric?
Eric. What the fuck are we talking about?
So from South Carolina, they move.
Why do I care about rights? Is that what it was?
Outspoken, right? So a lot of people care, but they're not as outspoken. So
well, I feel like we're saturated. We're saturated. So just like if I asked you earlier, I said, "Oh, yo, my album comes out Friday." You're like, "Yeah, bitch, I know. You've been fucking talking about it for weeks." But we're saturated, you know. And so if I'm gonna cut through that, I have to post a lot. And this is definitely something that's near and dear to my heart, you know. When there's a line in Fade to Black, which is the song you were talking about earlier, where I said, "Make me a martyr, I'll bleed if you ask." You know, it has a dual meaning. My father was in the military. My grandparents were in the military. Grandfathers were in the military. At one point when I was a kid, you know, the idea of being in the military crossed my mind. I'm very much a patriotic American in that I believe that I believe in the potential of what this country is. I believe that races working together, cultures working together, sharing intellect, sharing ideas, sharing innovation, that's America to me. I don't see races, I see a human race. I think that, you know, anybody who still says all lives matter, you know, it's just like, you're just not getting it. And it's at this point, it's been explained to you so many times, it's just willful ignorance, you know?
Yeah, I agree, man. I used to make a point to check at least one motherfucker on social media a day. I would take time out. I would dedicate like 15 minutes to whoever the fuck was saying some stupid shit, and I would like school their ass. And you know, I think it made me feel a little better for 30 seconds. But I knew that it wasn't doing shit.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're absolutely right. Like most times you're not going to get through to people, but I feel I've been lucky. There's been at least 3 or 4 times on Facebook where I've had people, you know, I even had the reverse of what you would think. I had a Black gentleman tell me that what has to happen is that Black people need to segregate themselves and not interact with white people. I'm sure you've heard this before. I've heard it a lot of times. You know, cut yourself off and not fuck with white people at all and do everything in your own bubble, in your own sphere. And my only response to that when someone says that to me is that you can go ahead and do that. That's your right. If you want to go get an island and live on that island and do that thing for you. But for me, I'm still going to be out there fighting for you, whether you're here or not. Right? Because what I'm fighting for is just right. It's not about race. It's just about right. So I don't give a fuck. Like if you feel like I'm over shit, bro, I want to retire in Spain because I'm done. I want to live in a country that takes care of old people. You know, I want to live in a country where, you know, they've had America is still relatively new in the scope of countries, governments.
For sure.
You know,
for sure. So
there's a lot of solutions to a lot of the problems that we have in this country being done in other countries, but we're so closed off to that and think that we have to innovate and invent everything here that we just don't realize that Japan has solutions, and Sweden has solutions, and Spain has solutions, and you're talking about universal health care. How do we do it? Meanwhile, there's countries doing it all around us. Oh, it's going to destroy the nation. Well, it's not destroying these nations, so why?
Yeah, we can be so ass backwards at times, man. It amazes me. It's frustrating. It really is frustrating, man, because I mean, if you think about it, right, we have a lot of smart people. There's a lot of smart people um, that have influence and have power. And I know I'm gonna veer off a little bit, but this is just something I've been thinking about. Was like all of these people, all of this power, right? All of these folks that have influence, money, whatever the case may be. We're left with two to choose from. We're left with two guys at the end of the day.
White guys, two rich white guys. Pick your rich white guy.
Right. And the thing is, if I close my eyes and look to the side, I can't tell who's who. I'll be honest with you. Who? Can't tell which one's motherfucking which, bro, to be honest with you. What I do know for a fact, though, is that this shit that's been happening, like this shit under old boy, this is a clear case. Like, it's so fucking clear of what happens when you don't have leadership. Like, I mean, when the term "all hell broke loose," if there was a picture of all hell breaking loose, it would be that orange motherfucker over there, the lack of leadership. Like, honestly, bro, the lack of leadership.
Yeah.
And how and just the obviously you can't plan for some random virus coming over and sweeping across nations and shit like that. Yeah, but you can determine how you're going to react to that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's not a leader.
And so so I just, now is the time, man. This whole time for me has just been a time to really connect with those who matter to me, those who matter most. Connect with who matters most, bro, and tighten those bonds. Strengthen those bonds. Strengthen those relationships. That's how it's been for me, man. And to be honest, bro, like during that time, I've been all over the place. My emotions have been up, down. We're going on what, March? Since March, right? We've been on lockdown essentially, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think here we're end of February here.
Right. So probably same here. Like, cause I actually started locking down early. I think you had hit me up. He was like, "Yo, my boy's mom
going down.
Get you in 95." I was like, I was at fucking Home Depot when you called me too, and I was like, let me get 3 N95.
Inside.
Went back the next week, couldn't find a motherfucking N95, bro. You got any N95? No, we ain't got no more. I was like, oh shit, shit's about to get real. Yeah, that was the end of February.
Yeah.
And I've never been a political dude, bro. I've never have. I've always
I hate politics. Yeah, I'm not political either. I think just to say, bro, like you talk about Your Life Is Calling, that record we did, and I think there was political stuff in there, and but I think we're less political as we are just pragmatic. You know what I mean? Like we just, if the shit seems like it's right, it's fucking
shit don't look right. That's what it is with me, and that's something that hasn't failed me in life for the most part. I've been able to discern some bullshit from some real shit, right? I've always been able to. It's a survival technique. Wait a minute. I can see you. I hear you talking. I see you the way you talk. I see some of the actions, right, in life. I'm talking about in life. So when I see somebody that's supposed to be my guy, supposed to be my commander in chief, and I don't want to go on a tangent on this dude because I feel like he is on his way out. But it's weird because when all this shit breaks loose, you do kind of innately look to the leader to fucking like stabilize some shit, or at least give some glimmer of leadership, and it wasn't there, bro. So you just kind of you realize at that moment you got to take care of your tribe, and you got to educate your tribe, and you can't keep like you got to fucking talk to them. This is what's happening. This is where we're at. This is what's going on. And you just kind of get through it the best way that you can, man. And whether that be music, whether that be meditation, whether that be Mary Jane, whatever the case may be, there's a balance of everything that has to happen just to fucking cope, bro. And so the music that you did and all of that whole project, not only did it help you, it helped me. It's gonna help a lot of people get through some shit, I think.
I hope.
And you opened up a whole nother side of yourself on it, man. And during these times, we needed some art, bro. We needed somebody to step up and put some shit out. There's a few other, there's a few other artists that we came up with that had put some music out, and it's all been dope, man. I think people have taken this time to be creative and taking this time to fucking like dive back into what they do best. And I'm glad you're back rapping, dog. Fuck all that. Fuck that shit, man. You don't look 46 at all. You look 26, bro. 27.
I'm going to be selling a skin tonic and lotions. So,
talk about your business venture. Can you talk about it yet or no? It's always a secret with you, bro. This is exclusive. You heard it here first.
We're starting a business. It's called Sun City Rags. It's vintage clothing. It is vintage inspired limited edition t-shirts and an entire apothecary. So it has beard oil, which I'll get you some.
Give me some. Time out, motherfucker. You don't ever want to give me my props, ladies and gentlemen. Never, ever.
Oh yeah. Okay, sorry. Back up. Hold on. All right, you're right. Sorry, weed, man. The beard oil was Jay's idea.
He didn't want to. Here's the thing. Come on, time out, motherfucker. He didn't want to say it was my idea on camera because he thinks that I'll come back after him for when you make $1 million on the motherfucking beard oil. He thinks somebody to come after him. He doesn't want it on record. I don't want the fucking.
Look, man. No, I'm just fucking around. No, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, so we were was talking with Jay about the thing, and he was like, "Are you gonna have a beard oil?" I was like, "Oh, I don't know. I didn't think about that." And then he said there was one that you liked. You said there was one you liked that was like cedar.
Don't tell him, bro. No.
It's not cedar, the one we have. But you said, I mean, it has that in it, but it's not just that. But yeah, you were the catalyst for that, and I think it came out pretty good. We had some beards out here that we tested it on. Not mine, which was awkward, but but yeah, no, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be really cool. We're looking forward to getting it all together. We'll be launching like October, I think.
Sun City Rags,
yeah. And then we're donating. So that's another donation thing, but we don't have I think we haven't figured out exactly yet, but I think it's $1 from every purchase goes to support the indigenous American peoples. Because it's crazy that in 2020, a lot of these reservations don't have running water. Something that we take for granted. You have indigenous people getting sick from COVID because they don't have clean water, and
right. That's fucking insane. When you think about it.
Yeah.
You think about how much money Jeff Bezos has, right? Alone, right? If he took, I don't know, 5% of that and put it directly into clean water for everybody, right?
Yeah.
Should it be over with? Like the problem would be fixed, right? Am I mistaken?
Yeah. I mean, we're not political, but let me just say this.
Right? I don't know.
We're living in a country that was invaded by white people, rich white people, that benefited rich white people, that still benefits rich white people. So what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like that. Yeah, if your expectation is anything different, I always say, like, if the percentage of white people were being executed by the police, based on the percentage of population, the way blacks were in this country, change would happen in weeks, not decades. You would have, you know what I mean? Like if white people were seeing, little white kids with squirt guns being shot dead or killed, and things like that. If and it's stupid, but they're so hung up on skin color. I just don't understand. You may as well fucking be prejudiced because you have different hair color. It's the dumbest fucking thing ever.
It's a fucking disease, is what it is, bro.
It is, and it's at the root of this country. Yeah.
It's at the root of the country, bro. You got to cut that shit out, man. And I think we're at a point now where we realize that, we're at a point now where we realize that and are taking action, to kind of move in that direction, man. So, it's gonna be a long fight, though. It's a fight, bro, because it's just the other. I mean, shit. I just saw another fucking story where cat in Wisconsin, I think it was, got shot in the back 7 times.
Yeah,
trying to get in his car, and I think he was breaking up a fight. Police came.
Yeah, they were telling him to stop, and they were pulling him, and he was trying to get in his car, and they were pulling him. I saw it.
His kids in the car too.
Yeah.
I just feel like that could go so many different ways. Where, I mean, he's still alive, by the way. I think he's in the hospital.
Yeah, thank God.
But yeah, we got work to do, man. We got work to do. And you do talk about that on the project. The song that we did, actually, I kind of took it there a little smidge.
You did, yeah.
But throughout, it's interwoven. I can hear the pain, and I can hear it from song to song, man. So congrats on that, man. I can't wait for everybody to check that out. It's gonna be dope.
Thanks. So my favorite song, I mean, thanks for asking. My favorite song on the record, I don't really have a
song, by the way.
I have a favorite song, but I do want to point out something cool that if you get this project and you're just listening to it on your iPhone speakers or in your car or whatever you might miss, is the last song on the record. The last song on the record is using binaural audio, which is like 3D sound. So
what is it? Binaural?
Binaural, yeah. So it's basically like, here's your head, and I strategically placed sound around you in a 3D space with the help of my amazing partner, mix engineer Eric Racy. So we used 3D audio on that track. So when you listen to it, it's actually not just a song. It is kind of like a audio movie. So you'll hear, won't spoil it, but there's guitar in the song. And so you'll hear, sounds like you're walking up to the guitar and things are happening behind you and around you.
Like a sound helmet.
Like a what?
Like a sound helmet. Sound helmet.
It's exactly what it is.
Did you hit the freeze on me, bro? Did you do the freeze moment, bro? The freeze technique on me, kid?
What's the freeze technique?
Don't act like you don't know what the fuck freeze technique is. Don't. Where you just completely pause in space and don't blink or anything.
So it looks like my camera froze.
Yeah, like that right there.
Yeah,
bro, you got problems, dude. Hey, doc, just say no, man. Just say no. What's my man's name? Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. What's my man?
Hunter S. Thompson, the author.
Hunter S. Thompson.
Yeah.
I also get Hunter S. Thompson vibes from this, bro. I get some Hunter S. Thompson in his methodology, the way he went about shit, the way he I don't know, his ingredients to making the shit that he made was pretty interesting. I get those vibes from this project as well. You a fan of his?
Yeah, but you knew that.
Yeah, I did. Set you up with a lot. I think that was the volleyball, baby. You got the set. You come over.
Oh, okay. We act like we don't know each other. Yeah, I've been a fan of Hunter S. Thompson for years. Yeah, no, I love his. I love Hunter S. Thompson, man. Just an amazing writer. You know, one of the things that I don't like to draw lines around art. So, this is going to sound pretentious and weird as fuck, but I don't think of myself as a rapper. I don't think of myself as a singer. I don't think of myself as a producer or any medium that I use to express art. So, you know, and so I think saying Hunter S. Thompson is a writer, you know, it puts him in a box. As an artist, man, the way his mind worked was truly unique in the world and really taught me the value of people like that. You know, there's a lot of people that are just so afraid of um, being real, being themselves, being candid, being flawed, that there's that genuine authenticity that gets lost.
Mhm.
You know, and Hunter had that. It just in everything, he couldn't help it. He was just unabashedly him. You know, so the way he writes is just his way of speaking. When you hear him in an interview, he's talks that way. You know, so that's just a. It's not just writing, technical writing. It's a look into how his mind works when you read his work,
Yeah.
which is really really cool. I am a fan, and I have this.
And he was also a raving alcoholic and
And it's signed by Hunter.
review.
Wow.
Oh shit, that's fire, bro. Fire.
Yeah, so I think it was. I got. I've been asked this a couple times, or I've gone down this road a couple times, and I've wanted to quote this writer, and I don't remember who it was exactly. Charles Dickens. I don't know, whatever. But who said?
Hold on. Shout out to Charles
Shout out
Dixon.
Charles.
Shout out to him because he did.
Charles Dixon.
Dixon, what's up, bro?
No, my process is like my process with this record, and I think you're the parallel to something of Hunter's is that Hunter S. Thompson did a lot of drugs, and that was a big part of his lifestyle. And I've never I've done drugs throughout my life in various ways. But I've never been like that kind of person who, you know, can have a trunk full of stuff and like his routine is insane.
Right.
But yeah, definitely using some psychoactive drugs and things to relax myself and put myself in a different altered state so that I can create the purest from the purest place within myself. And then when I'm sober, go back and edit all that into something that sounds good.
I want to go back and look at his shit real quick. And I think you might have sent this to me a while back, but can you see me still if I go to this other page?
Yeah. Are you gonna do his daily routine?
It's fucking daily routine, bro.
Yeah, read his routine.
Hold on, let me fucking get to this shit, bro. All right, so his daily routine. What the fuck is this shit on here? Okay. I think he rises at 3 p.m. All right, so he wakes up at 3 p.m. So this, all right, so let me backtrack. This is his a day with Hunter S. Thompson. Daily routine. 3 p.m. He says, and this is in his transcripts. 3 p.m. rise. 3:05. Sheep's Regal with the morning papers. Dunhills. What is Dunhills, bro?
I think Dunhills are cigarettes. No,
Cigarettes. Okay.
I'm not
So
sure.
3:05. So 3 p.m. rise. 3:05 Regal with the morning papers. Dunhills. 3:45 cocaine. 3:50 another glass of Chivas, and Dunhill. 4:05, first cup of coffee, Dunhill. I think it's got to be a cigarette.
I think it's like a British cigarette. It's like a
Okay.
long.
All right, cool. 4:15, cocaine. 4:16, orange juice, Dunhill. I'm glad he's mixing in some vitamin C, by the way, so far.
Yeah.
4:30, 4:30, cocaine. 4:54, cocaine. 5:05, cocaine. Cocaine. 5:11, coffee, Dunhills. 5:30, more ice in the Shivas. 5:45, cocaine, etc., etc. 6 o'clock, grass to take the edge off the day. Yo, 7:05, Woody Creek Tavern for lunch. Heineken, 2 margaritas, coleslaw, a taco salad, a double order of fried onion rings, carrot cake, ice cream, a bean fritter, Dunhills, another Heineken, cocaine, and for the ride home, a snow cone, which is a glass of shredded ice, which is poured 3 or 4 jiggers of Chivas. So he's got a fucking Chivas snow cone on the for the ride home.
Yeah.
Okay, so he gets home. It's 9 o'clock. Starts snorting cocaine seriously. So he's serious about this shit now.
He was just doing bumps before. He was just
running around before at breakfast. 9 o'clock starts snorting cocaine seriously. 10 o'clock drops acid. 11 o'clock chartreuse, cocaine and grass. Chartreuse. 11:30 cocaine, etc., etc. Midnight, Hunter S. Thompson is ready to write. Wow. And then from 12:05 to 6 a.m., he's writing, and all the while, chartreuse, cocaine, grass, Chivas, coffee, Heineken, clove cigarettes, grapefruit, Dunhills, orange juice,
vitamin C. Got to get that vitamin C.
Continuous pornographic movies, he says. And then 6 o'clock, the hot tub champagne, Dove bars, fettuccine Alfredo. I'm done, bro. Like what? Whoa, bro. How? And it shows, bro. It shows in his work.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're not partaking in nearly the types of shit I know you smoke a lot of weed, and I know that helps, right? I know that helps with the creation of things and helps in life in general, but nothing like that fucking guy, bro.
No,
that's incredible.
No, that's incredible. It was funny. I sent my brother a copy of this record, and he called me, and we don't talk that much these days, but he called me and he was like, "Are you okay? Are you all right?" I'm like, "Bitch, I thought you said the same thing."
No, it's funny that I kind of thought that he would be that kind of guy, bro.
Yeah,
I thought that he would do that.
Yeah,
because obviously your brother's not a musician, right? He's kind of, you're the Batman, he's Superman. He's kind of more, he's not a square, but he's more clean cut. He's more of a clean cut guy. He's got the family.
Yeah.
He's like, I could see him, because you have transition, bro. You have transition as your art has grown. You have grown. One thing about you that I've always known is that you will reinvent as needed, as the music moves you. The music kind of dictates where you're at. When we met, you were rocking the fedoras, the Kangos, and shit. When we first met, you were rocking a fucking kufi, motherfucker. Like, I didn't know if you were Muslim or Puerto Rican or what the fuck. Yeah, fedora. Is that the one? The famous one?
Yep.
Good shit. But yeah, I can see him checking on you, man, and saying, "Yo, you good?" Because you're looking crazy, man. You every time I see you got smoke coming out your mouth and shit. I can see him saying some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because he doesn't smoke, right?
No.
And your answer is like, "Yeah, I'm fine."
I'm just trying to see how awkward I can make this moment.
I'll fucking stay right here with your ass.
Oh, no, we'll just I'm just gonna stare at you. Is there a question here? I don't know.
The question is, how long are you going to continue to disappoint the family, motherfucker? The family's disappointed, man.
That ship has sailed. That's my full-time professional misfit and full-time disappointment.
No, I'm just fucking around, man. Your brother's dope, man. Brother's got Tyler.
Tyler,
is the son?
Yeah, Tyler, Ozzy.
Oh shit, that's right. He does have Ozzy.
Yep,
that's right. That's right. Well, we know Ozzy. We know Ozzy's going to be coming to you for music advice.
Ozzy has a lot of my personality.
Does he?
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, I've only seen the kid probably like 4 or 5 times in his life, but god damn, if he's me, man, which is crazy. Guess it's genetic. He is 6.
Damn, bro. So that means Tyler's got to be
8. I think. I hope. If my brother's watching this, sorry. I hope I got it right.
Tyler's probably busting through walls and stuff. He's been eating organic since he came out of the womb, right?
They're both like that, yeah.
It's crazy, bro.
I got this one hair. It's like, hold on.
Fuck you, bro. At least you got hair, motherfucker. At least you got hair.
I'm sending you beard oil.
Hey, listen. Let me ask you this. Right? Are you gonna do any performances of this music, bro? I know you talked about putting some videos out, maybe. Any performances, any live stuff?
Well, that's kind of tough to do right now.
All right, so virtual live?
I might do virtual live, yeah. I might do a virtual live. But honestly, what I'm really working on right now is the second project.
Catch you.
So the first one drops this Friday, and then I'll have a vinyl release, which is my first vinyl. I can say our first vinyl because you're on it. This is our first vinyl. And then I'm hoping if I can keep up this pace by January, I'll be wrapping up the second project. So they'll kind of hit back to back.
You just can't enjoy the fucking first project, can you, motherfucker? You just can't enjoy.
I can't.
Fruits of your labor, bro. You're already back in the lab.
Yeah, and then the cool thing is, like right now, we're kind of tentatively talking about doing a Japan tour, 2021. But that's if
I'm available. FYI, before you ask.
Hey, I would love that, bro. I think that'd be fucking amazing. You know, I think we're owed that. After that tsunami took out our 2007.
Yes, that's damn. You took me back on that one.
Yeah, we were almost there. But yeah, we're marketing this record to Japan heavily.
Yeah.
And we're kind of doing the whole Dead End Kids thing.
That's another
Dead End Kids tour for Japan.
So Dead End Kids is, of course, your label. You're the co-creator of Dead End Kids music label.
I'm not. Yeah, it's my business. I'm not the co-creator. I created it.
I thought you had a partner.
I have two people, Eric and now Gabe, who we work on it together, but it was my original label. And there's been some shifts in people that are involved or whatever, but none of that matters.
Yeah. Here's what I need you to do. I need you to go back to your I Am GAGE website and update the bio, motherfucker. I need you to update the bio. Just says co-founder, bro. You got me looking out here in these streets, man.
Sorry, I'll update that.
Come on, man.
I own the LLC, so.
Dead End Kids. Dead End Kids. What is that all about, bro? What does it mean?
Yeah, Dead End Kids is a label that I started for artist development, one of the things that I realized real quick out here is that among several other things that I found that I didn't like about the industry, one is that labels don't invest in the development of potential. You know, they don't want to put money into or resources into an artist that they don't feel is 100% ready to go, has 100,000 fans already, and is bumping on all social media. Labels jump in at the point where you really don't even need a label anymore. Like when you get to that point, then the label jumps in and says, hey, we can make some money too. Here, this guy, he's got all this shit going on. Let's jump on the train. But you got to get to that point. And I always feel like, or wished that when I got out here to LA, there was more mentorship and more opportunity to learn about the industry, and also like get with the right people to do creative, cool shit.
Right.
So Dead End Kids is a label, but we act more like a collective. So we take our talents and skills and resources and we put them together to push shit. So Gabe, who is a CEO of Tempest Free Running, and he's a professional stuntman and a world champion free runner. And what else? Handyman, fucking barbecue master, rapper, amazing rapper. So, we kind of started knocking our heads together, and he was like, what are you doing with Dead End Kids? And I was like, I don't know, just kind of working on other stuff. And so we kind of put the collective idea together, and Eric Racy, who's my partner, he's a multi-platinum mix engineer, amazing guy, and is at this moment becoming a fucking Guitar Hero shredder. He just freaking built his own guitar, which is nuts to me. Yeah, that's wild.
You got a good solid team of individuals.
I just realized, like, we have the connections, we know people, we have the resources to shoot music videos. We can do music videos with crazy stunts in them, and we can do music videos for other labels, and we can do music production for cartoons. We can do all kinds of shit. So why not just do all kinds of shit? Because that's fucking fun,
Yeah. That's the thing about LA I love so much, bro, is that there's a lot of talent out there. There's a lot of not talent. There's a lot of untalented motherfuckers too, but there's a lot of go to a market like the Tampa, which there's a lot of talent here. It's a little spread out. And you got to kind of mine for the right individuals if you want to put a project together. But LA has always been like, you can get the cream of the crop. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of cats are kind of that want to work, which is like another big thing. Like there's talented people everywhere, but some of them don't want to put in that work and don't want to like collab and like work on cool ideas and shit like that. So I love LA, man. Shout out to Gabe too, man. What's up with his project? You gonna put that out on Dead End Kids as well?
Yeah. So the tour, and there's another artist, Yannick, who goes by Varnell Hill. He's got a project coming out too. So the plan will tentatively is for the three of us to do a Dead End Kids tour in Japan in 2021. And I think that'll be like a week or so, and we'll just go from one side of the island to the other side and then do the circuit back.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
But I'm just got to get my other project done so I have enough material, because right now it's kind of short. So my hope is to bookend it. So we'll start with Johnny Smoke, and then we'll do the other guys, and then we'll end with the rest of the Johnny Smoke, which incorporates some of them. And
So just to be clear, Gage is still Gage, but this project is Johnny Smoke, or is Gage now formerly known as Gage, now Johnny Smoke?
I would say that's a tough question, bro. Okay. I think the best way I can answer that is Johnny Smoke is not just a project, otherwise it would be insincere. So Johnny Smoke is a nickname for myself that I've given myself. So if people know me as Johnny Smoke, then that marks an era in my lifetime, just like people know Gage or know me as Adam or know me as Gabe or wherever the fuck I've been in many different lives that I've lived on this trip, right? So so I mean, if I have people now who are in the industry starting to call me Johnny Smoke or Johnny. So, you know, it's just what it is. It's just what it is. And, you know, I feel more comfortable. Like I said, this is the first name I've ever given myself.
Johnny Smoke.
And I have a so it's kind of hard to not like that.
I gotta do it with Johnny Smoke.
Everybody
that. That's from the commercial, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, you're there, bro. Like, I know it may not feel like you know what you thought it might have been when you first kind of ventured out that way, bro, in search of something. But you got a laundry list of moments, bro. I mean, you were in Joshua Tree recording music. I mean, that's, you know, you've done a lot of cool shit, bro. You Nickelodeon, you've gotten to work with some of your heroes, and some of your heroes are fucking liking your shit and adding you to their friends list, and you know those are all big deals, bro. Those are the things that you know me and you both talked about one, and you know to see that you're still out there getting it, and doors are continuing to open, and fucking you're able to keep making a living doing this shit, and it's dope, man. I want you to not take it for granted, bro. I want you to fucking, you know, appreciate the moments and the things that you created for yourself, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate that, bro. I do. That was really nice of you to say that. I do. I think the biggest realization that I've had in my life is that I came out here focused on a goal, on a job, on a point, and that was probably the wrong perspective to have. I've come to just really be focused on the ride, you know,
right.
And that's that's where I'm at now in my life. I mean, that's kind of why I'm able to make music the way I'm doing it now. It's because I don't care anymore. You know, I don't have a goal. I don't have a motive. I'm not seeking anything. I have no agenda. I'm not political. I don't give a fuck. I'm just me. So here it is. And, you know, I hope you dig it. If you don't, cool. But, you know, give it to someone else because they might dig it. You know, they might need it. But yeah, the whole thing, bro, it's just like we focus on these things, and I focused on these things like, well, if I get a placement, then I'll be all set because then I'll da 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 da. And then you think this is the blueprint, or you think that's the blueprint, or whatever it is. And meanwhile, you're just living the blueprint. You don't even realize it. And then you get to a point you're like, oh shit, okay. It's only when you look back, you're like, oh, I can see how I got here. Right?
Yeah.
But now that I've, you know, and even now, you know, I'm probably still not in my final Zen Buddhist state that I'll be in. I don't know what that final evolution looks like, but yeah, it's just about the journey, bro. It's just about the ride. So I figure second half of my life, that's what I'm all about, you know. So yeah, I take drugs when I like them, and I don't care what anybody thinks. So,
like I said before, I feel like everybody's on something, whether it be caffeine
or prescription shit. You know what I mean? Like everybody's on prescription pills or something for antidepressants or this or that. My stuff is just non-prescription.
You're good though, but you're good, man.
Yeah, I'm not a
It's an intervention.
I know. I'm like, yo, why does this seem like
come in. Yeah, come in. Yeah.
No, but so we'll go to Japan.
Oh shit! So this is where I make it as awkward as I can for you.
Nice.
Hey man, we got a lot of fucking things that we could talk about, bro. Because obviously we have a history, and you know we'll probably get on the phone after this and say a bunch of shit that we wish we would have fucking said here. But ultimately, man, the main thing that I wanted to do, man, I wanted to highlight you. I wanted to give you props on the music, and give you props on, you know, a dope ass project. Thanks. And say, yo, man, hey, don't worry about what nobody says, bro, because that shit that you just created, bro, and everybody's gonna hear it. And when they hear it, they'll have whatever feelings they're gonna have. But that shit that you created was something that you're able to, I would say, be proud of that, bro. Be proud of the authenticity. Be proud of, the ability to go there and be vulnerable and share shit with people that maybe they have issues doing that. Be proud of that, bro. Be fucking, be stoked and keep it. Stay in that lane, man. Stay in that vein, bro. Like, don't let up on these motherfuckers, bro.
Yeah.
Keep making that shit, man. You produced every song on the project. I'm not being biased here. Well, I am being biased, but you're one of my favorite producers. I tried working with other producers. It sucks, to be honest with you. So you produced every track on the album. Everything was written and arranged by yourself. What'd you say?
I said the check's in the mail. Thanks for the shout out.
Right. But no, seriously, written and arranged by yourself, produced by yourself, all of the artwork, all of those videos and teaser videos and graphics and everything that's come out of this has been you. Right? Yeah. That's saying something. People need to know that. And I want people to understand that whenever they're looking at that stuff, that's you have some assistants, you have a team, but that's all you. That's all you putting in that work, man. So that's what this was about. I wanted to give my boy his roses while he was, still here. And I'm looking forward to hearing everybody's reaction, man, with this shit, bro. So ready for part 2 as well, man. Ready for part 2 as well.
Yeah, I'm already on a part 2. Yeah. Just riding it.
Japan, possibly Japan 2021. We don't know. We'll see what happens with Corona.
Yeah. Bro, yo, I just want to say, man, like when I started doing this project, I asked you to be on it because I couldn't see putting out a project without you on it.
Appreciate it.
As much as, and I appreciate your kind words, but I've told you this from day one that I'm a fan of yours. That was, I couldn't work with you as long as I did if I wasn't a fan. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be real. I mean it in the nicest way. I'm saying I'm not an insincere person. And I think that's one of the, not to throw stones at the music industry, but that's one of the things that I have trouble with out here. Now I'm a raw, uncut scumbag. So I mean, if there's some insincerity in the air, I'm not gonna be like, oh, okay,
right.
I'm not that guy. I'm just gonna be like, nah, that fucking sucked. Do it again. I'll make you redo your verse 3 times.
Yeah, I've been on the receiving end of those a couple of times.
But it's always because I'm a fan. It's like, yo, if you're a fan of Jay-Z, every time he drops a verse, you want him to do better than the time he did before, and that's where my passion comes from. Working with you and working with other artists that I'm inspired by, because, man, you create magic that way. You and I created magic, musically, sonically, that I haven't been able to reproduce with anybody else. I can make dope shit on my own that I just realized I can do that. But as far as like every single person that's heard that song on this record has been like, wow, you guys sound good together. Like, oh wow, that just sounds good, man. That just goes. Oh wow, that track's dope. That's my favorite song. And it's because of that. You and I have that. I think vocally we have that good mesh, that good blend, and then just the way we both step on a track is we both have a pretty heavy thumbprint, I think, sonically. So it balances out real well. So I appreciate the hell out of you, brother. Thank you so much.
Anytime, man. Anytime. And what I want to do, bro, I want to definitely follow back up after this shit circulates for a little bit. And just follow back up, man. See what's going on with you. I mean, we stay in touch anyway, but for people that are going to become fans, I want to follow back up, man, and see what the success has been with the album or the project, and and see what's good.
Call it what you want, man. Call it what you want.
Call it what you want. But yeah, man.
I woke up the other day. I was like, I don't know why, but I had like a fucking like earworm of you singing that, like, what was it, Chris? That I'ma Be There.
Michael McDonald. Y'amo be there. Up and over, y'amo be there.
Yeah, I woke up with that in my head, but it wasn't that. It was you singing that in my head.
I'm on my own.
Wow.
I did it in this way. Michael McDonald was the fucking shit, bro.
When is your?
If you ever listen to Michael McDonald's first album, bro, I say bro too much. I've been saying bro way too much. I've been hanging on my son. I apologize, bro. But if you listen to Michael McDonald's first album, man, he's got a track on there called And I Can Let Go. I think it's called I Can Let Go. Oh my God. Michael McDonald, bro. If I know he watches. Michael McDonald, hit me up.
I was just gonna say, I think you need to do a cover, at least one cover.
When we get off here, bro, go listen to fucking I Can Let Go now. First album, Michael McDonald, when his fucking hair he had black hair.
Yeah.
But there was like two streaks of gray where the gray was already creeping in from life experiences and shit. That motherfucker sang with so much shit, bro. He sang with so much soul, bro. I can let go now. Bro, listen to that song, bro. If you don't have a fucking tear right here, bro, at the end of at the end, you're not human. You're not human. All right. Michael McDonald, we plugged you.
I want to hear you do a cover. I want a cover. I need a Michael McDonald cover.
God, I would love to cover that song. I would love to cover that song. It'd have to be piano.
So, I gotta ask you a question though. I'm gonna take us off topic.
I can let go now.
Let's go back in time to the basics.
Mm.
What for you was the most entertaining moment of doing the basics? What was a highlight?
What was the most entertaining?
Yeah.
That's a good question, man. I found a way to entertain the shit out of myself, regardless of what the fuck we were doing. I found a way of it.
Go watch his Snuggie commercial on YouTube.
My God. You gotta understand, bro. Like, for me, I had never thought about even fucking making music. Number one. Number two, making it and then like the shit being good and then people liking it and then being requested to go play in other states and other cities and shit. That was like, y'all want a motherfucker to come out? Okay. I'm about to fucking turn up. I'm like, so everything was to me, you know that, bro. You already know. It's like everywhere we went, motherfucker. I was like, God, it was Lollapalooza, motherfucker. Like, oh, we're playing Joey's Bar on the corner of fucking, oh shit, popping bottles and shit. But I would say, man, Janice Landing was a good one as far as like,
yeah, it was fun. It was a good show.
As far as just energy, like just crowd energy and just being like, oh, this is what that shit feels like.
I feel like an asshole. I felt like an asshole. But at the same time, I think we should be really proud about that show. Because I think it was Talib's manager or somebody who had said something that we did so good opening that we kind of killed the energy for when he came out. Yeah.
And it's crazy because there's a lot of folks we have a lot of connection to Talib Kweli. And it wasn't on purpose, Talib. It wasn't on purpose, bro. We just
we had it was like Arcade Fire, and then like one person comes out, Hey,
It was our time that night, bro. That was our night. You know, we had a full band. We had a packed house that came
Shout
out
out
there to
to
see.
Al.
Yeah, packed house, and it was just we went on at the right time.
Yeah.
You know, because that shit's everything, bro. Is when you go on. You know, you can go on literally 30 minutes too late, and next thing you know, the crowd's too drunk, or the crowd's fucking checked out, or it's got too hot, whatever the case may be. You know, we've been on. The funny thing is, we've been on either side of that. You know, we've been on the fucking. All right, we want you to go on. It's 6 o'clock and it's fucking sunny outside. We, you know, we've been on that end of it, and then we've been on the other end where you go on right at that magic moment where everybody's drinks kicking in at the same time. The weed just kicked in. Motherfucker, somebody's titties are out. You know, whatever.
Yeah.
And in that fucking music, the music don't lie. It was the music, the production, and just the beat in itself, obviously, is what people connect with, especially at live shows initially. And me and you would be so strategic about what that lineup was, what song is going first, and taking them on that trip, that up and down, like taking them up emotionally, bringing them down, and bringing them back up. And so, yeah, Janice was dope, but we did a lot of cool shit, man. Shooting the video in LA. That was a fucking moment that just that whole time, that whole period of time was so chaotic, yet therapeutic, yet you know, it was so many things at the same time, man. Especially for me, I was sleeping on a fucking air mattress. At your crib, you know, you had the apartment. I was like, yo, I'm coming. I'm at the airport, you know, type shit.
Yeah.
But the video piece of it was dope, man. And you know, the whole ride, bro. The whole ride.
I think you and I both fell in love with LA
Yeah.
during that time period.
I told you I ran into Suge Knight in the bathroom. Remember?
I remember
Were
that.
you with me that night or?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll never forget that shit. That was like some surreal. That shit was very surreal.
Yeah.
In the club in LA, Hollywood. I don't remember what club it was, but I remember I had to pay, and I got extorted at the door. I got extorted at the fucking door, bro. Like,
was that the one Paris Hilton was at?
Paris Hilton was there. And she was like, it was like her living room almost, because the way she was just frolicking around and shit. She had security. She was just fucking frolicking around. And I remember just fucking, I think because we had split up. I had fucking just, you know, I like to roam. I like to fucking just get lost.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, let me run to the bathroom real quick. I run to the fucking bathroom. I'm in the urinal. I turn around and it's fucking Suge Knight, dog. Like we're chest to chest. That's how small the bathroom is. I turn around. I'm like, excuse me. I look up. And I'm like, oh shit. And it's not like he's not Shaquille O'Neal, but he's like 6. I want to say maybe 6'2", 6'3", maybe 6'4".
Yeah.
So he's not like towering above me, but I'm looking at him, and I look up and look like cigar the whole nine, like the fucking like a poster. It's like a fucking Word Up poster of Suge Knight. The whole shit that you would see, I'm like cigar and everything. And I just walked out that bitch, and I was like, that was so fucking weird, bro. That's some weird ass shit.
That's crazy, yeah. I remember we went out to eat. I don't know if you remember this, but we went out to eat at this restaurant, and I think it was like Ashton Kutcher's co-owned it or some weird thing, some fancy ass restaurant. You and I were like, okay, you know, and we were eating there was a bunch of group of people there, and we had been there a while. I think you and I looked at the menu and we were both like, okay, neither one of us can afford to eat any of this food. I'm gonna get soup. You were like, let me get a soup. Meanwhile, all these other people at the table ordered this. I don't even remember who those people were, but they ordered food, and then the bill came, and everybody's looking at you and me to pay the bill. And we were both looking at each other like, look, I don't have this money in my pocket. I don't have this money, period.
I'm sleeping on a motherfucking air mattress right now. I'm sleeping on air mattress.
Yeah. Like, where are we gonna get this?
Let me tell you, bro. Let me tell you what's so funny about that story, but I do remember that, by the way.
Do you remember how it ended?
Well, I just remember. Well, I remember asking you what bisque was. That's. I was like, yeah, I was looking at the menu. I'm like, all right, we over here with these big wigs and shit. I'm like,
what's bisque?
What the fucking bisque? Because it was like the only thing that was like under.
Yeah, it was $5. It was good too.
Yeah, so I had bisque.
Wasn't good enough, but it was good.
Yeah, how'd that shit end, bro? I don't remember how it ended.
Well,
I know how it ended.
People, just when you and I were like, just when we were hitting that, like, okay, we're gonna have to go do some dishes mode. Some dude walked in with a lady and knew somebody at the table and sat down, and then he ordered drinks for everybody. He ordered more appetizers and he ordered food for himself, and then he paid. Then they had to bring the bill back, so he took the bill away when he sat down.
Right.
He brought the bill back. He wanted to show off, so he just grabbed the bill and paid for everybody. And we were like, yeah. I was like, I think you were like, I don't know who you are, man, but I love you.
I think I was actually reaching in my pocket like I was going to pay. I was like, you sure, bro? You sure? You sure?
I was like, oh.
Yeah, I remember that night, man. I remember that night. Some crazy nights, man. So crazy nights. We had, we talked about this in our last podcast that we did a few years ago. It was audio. It's on SoundCloud, by the way. I'll post it up here as well. But yeah, we talked about when we were invited to go to Encino Hills. This is when we were working with will.i.am's label, will.i.am Global, his management company, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
This is at the height, too.
Was it Buddha Brown, right?
Yeah. And this is at the height of Black Eyed Pea fame, right? This is at the height of Fergie spelling everything and shit. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, fucking Fergie. This is at that shit. It's like the height of that. And we get invited to go up and meet with
Drop my lighter. Sorry, go ahead.
What was it? Yeah, it was Buddha Brown.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the dude's name, but anyway. And we fucking get in the Saab. We had the Saab at the time. A little went up the fucking Encino Hills, going through the winding road to the neighborhoods. Get to this house, right? Gated?
Yeah.
Gated? Definitely gated. We get inside the gate. So they obviously know we're coming. We get the gate open.
We were invited.
We were fucking invited. We get in the gate. We traveled on down all the way. We get this big ass fucking mansion in the hills. And that shit was like it was like a mission, bro.
It was like a mile before the actual property. Like we went in the gate, we were driving. I was like, that's yeah.
Yeah, I remember it being like a winding road.
Yeah.
But yeah, we get there, and as soon as we get there, they act like we were fucking terrorists and shit. like they wouldn't let them motherfucker in. They wouldn't let them motherfucker in. And she was like, "No, Macy Gray is recording right now." Because at that time, Macy Gray was part of. Was she part of will.i.am Global or something in some capacity, or she was?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. So she was recording, and they wouldn't let nobody back, and so we're fucking just sitting there like, yo, what the fuck are we supposed to do? You know, what do we do? And I think you had stepped up and was like, yo, I think you handed them the music. We were like, we're the basics. Lenny Woods. Shout out to Lenny Woods, by the way.
Was that a Lenny Woods deal?
I think, yeah, that whole thing was a Lenny Woods. Because remember, we put him on, just be a pit bull, man, and just reach out to every fucking A&R.
Yeah.
So I think Lenny Wood is the reason for that. But yeah. I don't know.
So Macy Gray was recording.
Yeah, Macy Gray was recording. We couldn't get back there. They treated us like we were fucking terrorists.
Yeah.
We finally do get back there, and we have the music. We have our music. We're there to talk about our music. Jay Braun.
Oh, Jay Braun, that's right.
Jay Braun is in it.
Anyway, you never tell us more about Macy Gray, bro.
Okay, your sound is getting really weird.
Tell us more about Macy Gray, bro.
Yo, wait, I was gonna say I'm really fucking high, and like your audio is messing up, so it sounds like fucking Cobra Commander is like demanding that I tell a story about Macy Gray and Bobby Brown.
Is my sound messed up, bro?
Yeah, it sounds crazy as shit. I'm freaking out.
I don't know, maybe this is time to end it.
Okay. Yeah, is there a time limit on this shit?
I don't know.
Bobby Brown, Macy Gray, real quick. Yeah, so I was at
Somebody like a demon.
Okay, Jenner sounds fucking.
Hey, we're gonna end this thing, bro. We're gonna end this.
All right, end it.
Much love to you. Do I sound like a demon?
Okay, you demon spawned from hell. I have no idea what you said. Sounded like the fucking Exorcist. Great talking to you. I love you, brother.
Johnny Smoke, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what happened, but what I do know is if you can hear me, if things ain't cleared up, that's great. If they haven't cleared up, and you stuck in, you're fucking GG, and I appreciate you. Johnny Smoke, this Friday, check it out. CONVO Unedited, we out.